Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here on Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas on a Saturday night, watching the crowds of partially inebriated folks take in the music. Bling is a local Las Vegas band here that a lot of folks find very, very good music to listen to. This is Joe from Straight Out of Vegas right there, live streaming in front of us. Gotta come up here and show him some love. Really, really awesome guy. Again, his channel is Straight Out of Vegas on YouTube. Really, really cool guy there. I had to get a photo with him, so apologies for this. Sometimes I kind of put the phone over off to the side while I'm talking to them, so I'm not watching what I grab for that's on screen there, so apologies for that. But now continuing westbound here on Fremont Street and the Fremont Street Experience. Four Queens Hotel and Casino over here on our right, Fremont Hotel and Casino here on our left, and the Fremont Street Canopy overhead doing its thing, putting on a show for the passers-by below. See the zip line apparatus there, the structure for it, one of the landing platforms right there in front of us. And it is called Slotzilla, one word. So feel free to check that out if that's your thing. I will probably never do that because I will probably not survive it. That would be my outcome. Have this dude here, just hanging out. And so they've done some different things with these circles down here, and it's hard for me to kind of keep up with what's going on, but I tried to ask around to keep up so that I can let you guys know. Oh, there's somebody whose night is not ending the way they probably would have hoped. Casino Center Boulevard right here. Well, this is what I call it, the big corner, because you have Four Queens Hotel and Casino right here behind us on our left, Fremont Casino over here behind us on our right, and then Binion's and Golden Nugget right there on the other side of the street. And so they have like 38 or 39 of these circles, black circles down here for the street performers. You'll see to perform in, and you'll see them in those circles when we find them down here. And so they're supposed to stay within their circles, etc., all that, blah, blah, blah. They used to have this lottery kind of reservation system, and so they would hold that once a month and determine which street performer got which venue, which circle at what date and time. Well, it turns out some of the street performers were starting to buy and sell, especially if they were getting primo winning through the lottery, primo times and dates and locations. Like Saturdays at 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Right in front of us. Right? This is because there's a good, healthy crowd right here. A lot of folks to try and earn tips from. Oh, goodness, these guys. They're just going to stand here. I'm like, yeah, great job. You're doing nothing. We've covered them in previous videos. They just stand there and wait for tips to fall into their bucket. It's just not the way it should be. I've done other videos on them as well, but yeah, they just stand there. Anyway, so now because the city found out and discovered that these guys are down here buying and selling primo circle spots at dates and times, etc. Oh, so this is usually the spot for Club Clyde. He is not here right now, and I'm trying to ask around because I see some of the people that are ordinarily here, and they are not here. They are here, but Clyde's not here, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But anyway, so some of them will started buying and selling the circles. City caught wind of that. City said no, we're not having that. So then it kind of became like a first come first served basis, but that's kind of turned into the wild west, from what I understand and have observed down here. So. Some people, then they still do the 2-hour windows or whatever, right? So it's like, 7 to 9, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, whatever. And you can stay in that circle as long as no one else is waiting on it. But if someone is waiting on that circle, then you have to vacate it. And you can try and find another circle if it's open, and if it's not, then you just kind of have to wait until something opens up. Nevertheless, the city has so you ended up with a situation now where the street performers have said, fine, we're going to go ahead and pay someone to hang out in this to stalk this circle until someone shows up. I mean, until the performer that's currently in the circle leaves, and then that person who's getting paid will then occupy the circle for the person that wants it. And then when that person shows up, that person that they paid takes off and they take over the circle. That sort of thing. And it's very unfortunate, what's going on. And I have heard stories about street performers who have showed up at the same time. Oh, this guy, he's like, don't put me on camera, don't put me on camera. Okay, not putting you on camera, buddy. And then he starts cursing at me. Okay. Yeah, this is part of what you run into down here. And so some of these kiosk guys are really, really cool. Others, like this one that I'm encountering right now, not so much. And so, yeah, he's cursing at me and telling me that I don't have his permission to video him. However, the 1967 U.S. Supreme Court case, Katz via United States, determined that you do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy in a public place. And yeah, so if you want a reasonable expectation of privacy, you probably need to go work somewhere where you're going to be in private and not out here open to the public. That's my humble opinion and humble take on that. So we just can keep walking here. But yeah, so the street performers, it's kind of a thing that's going on now. And so what happens is when you have two of the street performers showing up at the same time, vying for the same spot, then they'll call security. Security will come over, and security will tell them, fine, one of you gets to do the first hour, the other one, you split it and you do the second hour. If you can't agree upon that, security just closes the circle down. They'll shut it down, and they'll plaster some sort of a circle with a red X through it or whatever, telling anyone walking by that the circle is not available that particular night, if they're going to sit there and argue over it. So it's a very broken system, in my humble opinion, the way they have it down here. I wasn't aware that the street performers were buying and selling their lottery winnings, lottery spots. That should not have happened either, but it did. And this is Sugar here. This is another one of the local bands. Take them in for a moment. Looks like they're in between songs here, but yeah. So you have this kind of Disney World for adults down here, right? Certainly that's the case down on the Strip, and it's kind of that case here, I think, in my opinion. And you can certainly decide for yourself, but there's a lot of seediness and a lot of kind of another element there that is somewhat undesirable, in my humble opinion. And so, there's a lot of people who like to come down here and just party and have a good time. That's fine. But when it comes to these folks, with the trying to occupy a circle and trying to, and just standing there and not doing anything for 2 hours, just expecting tips to be dropped into your bucket, it just goes in the spirit, it goes against the spirit of what they're trying to do down here. When it works great, especially with some of the street performers that we've seen on this channel. Some of the ones that I like to follow. We've seen the Horror Squad, Sin City Depths, Tony, one of the Michael Jackson performers, and Michael, one of the other Michael Jackson performers. Really, really cool people down here. And if you see them down here in your travels, feel free to come up to them. This is Dr. Rock, another well-liked, well-loved local band getting ready, tuning up here for the Saturday night appearance. I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers, and it really helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voice to other folks. So please help us out. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Thank you all so very, very much. We'll see you next time, folks.